So I know what I'm about to say is not going to sit well with a lot of people, but frankly, that's the reason why I'm even talking about it, because it's not sitting well with me either. Um, a lot of people kept throwing questions at me, and one of the questions that kept being thrown back at me um, is the answer to what happens after Mugabe, and who people kept saying, you guys keep chanting, throwing, and saying, "Hey, Mugabe must go. Mugabe must go right now. Mugabe must leave office. ZANU PF needs to leave the office." But what candidate do you have? Who should we vote for? Who should replace Robert Mugabe? And I think it's a question that needs to be answered for real. And um, it's so ridiculous to the point where somebody actually said to me, well, there is no one fit to be the president of Zimbabwe right now. It was so ridiculous that somebody actually said, well, who is next? We don't have anyone fit to replace Robert Mugabe. And I really thought about it, and I kind of agree with that statement that we don't have anyone fit to be the president of Zimbabwe. And I very much I'm very much in agreement with those sentiments. If the person who is asking me is looking at the opposition parties that we have in Zimbabwe as possibly the replacement for Robert Mugabe. I agree very much. I agree very much that people first, Joyce Mujuru, people first needs to be truth first before she becomes people first. I agree that Joyce Mujuru cannot possibly be the replacement of Robert Mugabe, because before Joyce Mujuru decides to be the next president, or Joyce Mujuru puts herself in front of us and says she's a candidate for 2018, I would like Joyce Mujuru to answer these very few questions that we as Zimbabweans have. I would like to know what happened in Tumbane from Joyce Mujuru. I know Joyce Mujuru has the answers. I would like to know exactly how many people were killed in Matabeleland. I would like to know this from Joyce Mujuru, because I know you have the answers. I know your husband, Rex Nongo, Solomon Mujuru was the army general, and he was in charge of the 5th Brigade. So this was your husband, so you should know. You have the answers. You can give us exactly the numbers. You can give us a clear picture of what happened in Ntumbane. And I would like Joyce Mujuru to tell us what happened to the missing 15 billion in revenue for missing diamonds. I would like to know how 15 billion can possibly 15 billion worth of diamonds can possibly just vanish. And yet the army was in control of Chiazwa, and Joyce Mujuru were the vice president. So before I can even contemplate thinking of Joyce Mujuru as the candidate for 2018, I would love to have those answers to those questions. And to the other opposition party that is worth talking of, Changirai, I would like you to answer the same questions. I would like you to tell me what is the reason behind you staying in power, staying as the only sole candidate for MDC. I would like to be able to understand from you, or for you to answer the question: am I going to be? How do I have confidence that if we put you as president for Zimbabwe, you're not going to be like Robert Mugabe and want to stay in power forever? Because as far as I can see, you do not want to get off MDC because it's the party that you started. So why should we trust that when you become the president of Zimbabwe, you will step down and let other people be in power? And now, to answer the simple question that we do not have people fit enough to to be the president of Zimbabwe, which I find very ridiculous because Zimbabwe has close to 14 to 15 million people. Please, we need to step out of our comfort zone, the norm that we know to be the political party, because really it's that system that we need to get away from so that we can get someone or some party that has not been in this system for this long, because taking away Robert Mugabe and replacing Robert Mugabe with Joyce Mujuru or Changirai, to me, is frankly going to fail, because we simply replacing one with the other, and the system is still in place. Well, now, for me, I've always been the kind of person who wants to think outside the box, so I'll jump outside the box. I'm not looking for anyone who has been in politics for 20 years to be the next president of Zimbabwe. I'm looking for simple solutions by us citizens, the citizens of Zimbabwe. I'm looking for for people like Nigel Chanakira. I'm saying, Nigel Chanakira, step up. Here is a position for you. You certainly are fit and qualified to be the president of Zimbabwe. I'm saying, strive, Masiwa, step up. Here is the opportunity. You are certainly, in my eyes, qualified to take the reins. I'm saying, Dr. Noah Manyika, step up. Why don't we have all these citizens that really clearly are successful in whatever they're doing? I'm not saying it's conclusive, but I'm saying we have all these people that we have from everywhere, and this is not even the beginning of the list. Keep throwing those names. We all know who they are. We all know the people that we have been talking about. And frankly, I say, take this video and tell Strive Masiwa that we will be in New York City for our demonstrations, and we are waiting for him, and would like that opportunity to talk to him and find out possibly if he has any interest in becoming the next president for Zimbabwe, or even for the likes of him, Nigel Chanakira. Sir, step up, come and maybe possibly form a coalition government of citizens that can be put in interim while we figure out our next solution. I cannot believe that we don't have people in Zimbabwe that are fit to be the next president. We can be as limited as we want to be, but if we want to open up our eyes and look around, we have so many successful Zimbabweans who can actually step up and be the next president for Zimbabwe.